Other than armor and weapons, adventurers also have sets of dedicated equipment geared to perform a wide variety of specialized tasks. On today's D&D Academy, we're going to be covering the most nebulously detailed equipment in the game: tools. Welcome back to D&D Academy. My name is Paul, and I'm the Dungeon Master here at House of Crit. There are times over the course of their adventures that characters need to perform specific tasks that cannot be completed without a set of tools, such as crafting or repairing an item, forging a document, or picking a lock. Any character can attempt to use any set of tools they have on them without penalty. However, proficiency with a set of tools allows you to add your proficiency bonus to any ability check that you make using that tool set, which represents the training in the proper use of the tools. Found on page 154 of the player's handbook is a list of all the tool sets found in the game, along with a description of their possible uses, which are both many and varied. Tool sets are even further detailed in Xanathar's Guide to Everything, starting on page 78. Most of the time, the use of a tool set involves fine motor control of one's hands, and therefore a dexterity ability check is the default ability check that the DM would probably call for. Most tool sets are comprised of small tools that are used to perform detailed work, and this does fall under dexterity, but not always. Sometimes tools are used to deliver force in their application, which falls under strength. Other times, tools are used to combine ingredients at specific amounts and intervals, and this would fall under intelligence. Again, all of this is situational, and thus requires the DM to make a ruling in the moment. Herein lies the challenge with using tools in the game for both new players and dungeon masters. Unlike situations that have very specific and detailed rules, like combat and spellcasting, using tools in the game requires the DM to make a ruling in the moment, and that can cause the game to hit a roadblock when a character wants to use a set of tools to perform a task. It is up to the player to describe what the character is attempting to do with the tools, and then it is up to the dungeon master to call for an ability check that is appropriate. This is core to the game system of 5th edition D&D, which is fundamentally a system of rulings, not detailed rules. This core flexibility has a virtue of being incredibly versatile, but it also has a bit of a learning curve for new players. Let's combine all of this with an example of the most commonly used set of tools in the game: thieves' tools. Thieves' tools are a set of tools which include a number of small items, such as a small file, a set of lockpicks, a small mirror mounted on a metal handle, a set of narrow-bladed scissors, and a pair of pliers. And it's commonly used to pick locks and disarm traps. For example, let's say that Dran the Rogue has discovered a treasure chest that is locked. It is a medium-sized chest, about 3 feet wide, 1 foot tall and deep, made of iron, with a keyhole just under the lid. After investigating the chest, Dran doesn't find any indications of the chest being trapped, so they decide to try to unlock it. They would need to use some sort of tools to pick that lock, and so Dran's player tells their DM that they want to use their thieves' tools to try to unlock it. The DM tells Dran's player to make a dexterity ability check, and if they are proficient, they can add their proficiency bonus to this check. Dran's player says that they are proficient with the tools, and looking at their character sheet, they see that they have a dexterity ability modifier of +3 and a proficiency bonus of +2. They roll a d20, getting a 12 on the die, and then add +5 from their modifier and bonus, getting a total of 17. The DM has set the DC for success at 15, so they then narrate that with a deft maneuver, Dran picks the tumblers in the lock, popping the lid open just a little bit, and they can see just a glint of gold within. And that's the basics of tools in D&D. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if this video and the others in this series have helped you, please consider giving us a thumbs up below and possibly subscribing to the channel. If there are any future topics that you would like for us to cover, or you want to let us know how we're doing, please drop us a comment down below. We read every one of them and appreciate every bit of feedback that we get. I'll be back with another D&D Academy video next week, so I'll see you all here soon.